Hey everyone, so today I'm making our risotto. To start, I've got some olive oil in a heavy base pan and I'm chucking in my diced vegetables. Now for this, I've cheated a little. I've got carrots, broccoli and cauliflower. And this is actually vegetable rice and you'll see that it's very finely diced. So it's a great alternative to chopped vegetables. Now in the recipe that I saw today on Lydia's Italy, TV show on SBS Food, she actually had carrots, celery and onion, about half a cup of each, just roughly chopped and then put into the processor until it was fine. So I decided, since I've got this vegetable mix of rice in the freezer, nothing's doing with it, it's just left over, I'm going to use that up. Now for that, I've just added in a whole onion, one brown onion diced. And I don't mind a big chunk of onion, so I haven't bothered to put that in the processor. And I'm adding in a teaspoon of minced garlic. Now for some people they'd be shaking their heads, you don't use vegetable rice to make risotto, and probably best to use cloves of garlic, but I use minced garlic in everything because it's always there and it adds flavour. So that's starting to cook nicely. Next thing we need is 1.5 cups of boiling water. So this jug of mine is about 1 cup. So I'll just half fill that and that'll be 1.5 cups. And then to that I'm going to add in some stock cubes. So 2 stock cubes here. I've just got some chicken stock cubes. I prefer the stock cubes, they take up less room in the cupboard. And so 2 of those will go in. Now this is going to be a chicken risotto. I probably should have put the chicken in first. So what I might actually do is cook the chicken in a separate pan. I'll just get that going in a moment. While this is cooking, I'm just going to bring this to the boil just for a couple of minutes. And then I'm going to add in the rice and the chicken. So I'll get that chicken cooking and I'll come back. Alright, so I'm back. I just cooked my chicken a little bit in the pan and I'm going to add it into my pot. So I should have actually added the chicken to the pan and cooked that a little bit with the vegetables before adding the liquid. But because I didn't do that, I didn't want to ruin it by just dumping it in uncooked. So I cooked that a little bit. And now to this we need 1 cup of arborio rice. So it's always 1 cup of rice to 1.5 cups of water. And you can add a little bit more as you need if you're finding it's getting a bit dry. And I always add a lid. So this is going to cook. Now I usually just check my rice and see if it's done and cook it a bit longer if it needs. But for this recipe I saw on TV, she said 17 to 20 minutes it should take. And I'm just going to stir that rice in so it can absorb all of that liquid. And then we just pop the lid on. Oh, forgot something. Some white wine. So this recipe has a bit of white wine in there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that in. Good splash. And actually going to add in a little bit of pepper, and I've got some beautiful green basil from my garden, so I'm going to put some of this in at the end. I've just got some of the leaves here that I've washed. I'm just going to tear those up and put those in as well, and that's going to add some flavour. And now I've got the heat on low and I can put my lid on and I'll see you in 17 to 20 minutes. Alright, so my risotto is cooked. And look at this, beautiful. So now it's tasting time. Now this I did for 17 minutes and it was still a bit crunchy. So I added in maybe about 200 mils of water and turned it back on, cooked it for 5 minutes. Now you do have to be careful with that. Mine stuck to the pan a little bit. Oops, that's okay. So only thing that would make this better would be a bit of Parmesan cheese, which I don't have. I do have some of this beautiful fresh basil. I'm just going to pick a couple of leaves off of there That's a bad one. 2 beautiful leaves and put them on the top. And that is my beautiful chicken and vegetable risotto. So now have a taste. Looks delicious. Very good. I love it. I'm gonna go eat this. This is my dinner. All right, well, thank you for watching. Goodbye.